Today we'll be talking about culture shock. This is why I said to you guys, sit back. You just feel like you've lost a part of yourself. Yeah. Hi everybody, this is Perspectives here. My name is Amaka and I have with me
Chichi
and
Ada.
So guys, today we'll be talking about culture shock. So sit back, enjoy yourself. I have Chichi to tell us everything that she knows about culture shock. So Chichi, you moved from America to United Kingdom.
Yeah.
So please, can you tell us, introduce yourself to us first.
Okay, so I'm Chinyere, but people call me Chichi. I was a nurse in the US, practiced in Washington, D.C., and also practiced in New York for 5 years, and transitioned to the UK with my family. And I'm currently practicing in the UK as an A&E nurse currently.
Wonderful.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
This is why I said to you guys, sit back and watch what we're going to do today. So, Chichi, please tell us, why did you move?
Oh, wow. Why did I move?
Yes.
I know it's not much about people moving from America. You hear a lot of, people moving from different countries to the UK, but America is not one of the countries that a lot of people migrate from.
Yeah.
But I mostly moved because of my husband. He's doing a PhD here.
Okay.
He's doing a PhD in law. And that's one of the reasons why I moved.
Okay.
So he has a good deal. He has a full scholarship.
Okay.
So it was an attractive offer, and that's why we moved.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. I will let Ada ask you some questions as well.
Yes. So Chichi, I've got a couple of questions here to ask you. And the first one being, what were your first initial thoughts and feelings as soon as you arrived the UK?
Oh my gosh. It was a lot. But I think the one first thing that hit me was just losing yourself, just yourself. Like you pack up what you've known for years and you move to a brand new country. You just feel like you've lost a part of yourself.
Yeah.
So it's just that part of being very lonely and just feel like you're starting life all over again. So that's one of the first thing that hit me. And it went through a period of just being depressed and so I went through the transition of just being depressed and losing myself. You feel like you've just, you're starting life all over again, like from the scratch, literally from the scratch, in all aspects of your life. So it was a tough period, and I think I think most people who move to the UK would feel the same way.
So, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So you talked about being depressed. How were you able to come out of that?
Well, for me personally, my case was different. I'm pretty sure somebody who is single, or because when I moved, I was pregnant. So moving to a new country, pregnant. Of course, your social life is zero because you are like 7 months pregnant. So you're not going anywhere with 7 month pregnancy. So you're already limited to what you can do. So I think my experience will be a little bit different than somebody who was single moving in. But I just pretty much told myself it was a phase. And that's how I got by. I told myself it was a phase. It's not going to last for too long. Once I give birth to my daughter, then I would start life again and start from the beginning. And that's what I did. I just focused on my pregnancy. And that's all I did for the first 3 months, just my pregnancy.
Wonderful.
Okay, that's really good to hear. So another question I have for you is, so can you describe some of the most significant, cultural shock between the US and the UK when you just moved in? What shocked you?
So moving to the UK. So UK is considered to be a developed country, just like the US. So my experience will be different from somebody who is coming from other countries or Africa. So in the US, we pretty much have similar cultures in some ways.
All right.
But there are little bit of things that that I would say kind of shocked me, like the weather.
Yeah.
Talk about depression. The weather was one of the reasons why I was depressed. So it's one of the reasons, because it's just so unpredictable.
Exactly.
And I'm so used to in the US, when it's pouring down raining, you literally just want to stay home. You cancel all your appointment, and it's like it's a horrible weather. But here, when it's raining, it's a regular day. You have to move on with your life. Like if not, life will leave you. So
exactly.
I learned that a hard way, because I remember when it starts raining, I'm like, oh, it's a horrible weather. I will do this tomorrow. And you find out the things are piling up, and you're not able to get things done because you're waiting for the weather to get better. It just never gets better.
Yeah.
It never gets better. So it's one of the things that I got used to. And so now I put my umbrella in my car, my raincoat in my car. Whatever is happening, we are out, and getting things done. So the weather was one of them. And also transport, like driving. Driving was difficult. Driving was difficult, and I was in a position, because I know my husband, when he moved, he literally was able to just switch his license to the UK version. But in the US, and that's something for my viewers, whoever is considering moving to the UK, you cannot just switch your license. You have to go through the whole thing all over again. But they do give you a period where you could drive for a year.
Okay.
And I remember my husband was still working in New York at the time. And when I moved, I had to stay here with my oldest son. And that means I have to drive into school. And mind you, we drive on the opposite side of the road, like totally different. And the roads are even much narrower.
Yes.
I'm used to wider roads, and these are narrow road and you're driving opposite. So it was really hard. I had to figure out the road myself. And I know sometimes they'll see me on the other side, and people will like blow their horn. And I was like, I know people really. And one thing I find fun is because UK, like British people are very polite. They are not one to blow horns at you, except there's something really long. But in the US, horn is just like nothing. You just blow,
just like in Africa as well.
You hear horn. But you British they're very polite, so people don't really blow horns. So when I hear that, I know, okay, I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do, and I adjust myself. But that's another reason. I mean, one of the culture shocks that got me. But there's so many culture shocks. But those two were major that I had to adjust to. I'm used to it now, but the weather, the road. Driving, those two were the majors, but there are little things that UK, I feel like UK still haven't. I think they're used to it, so for them it's totally normal. But for me, it's not. I'm still raising my eyebrow. Why is it like why are you guys still doing this? But then, I mean, the British are used to it, and that's their culture, that's their life. So, but for me, I find it to be to be an inconvenience.
Exactly.
And I feel like life can be a little bit much easier if you do it the other way. But So
okay, that was really nice to hear. So you guys have heard everything Chichi has told us today about her shock in the UK and also what happened, when she initially moved in. So thank you very much for coming, Chichi. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So guys, there's still more to come. Please share this video. Thank you so much, Chichi, for coming. We appreciate your coming.
Thanks for having me.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.